Reasons record keeping is the hidden secret to making money in fish farming. Are you aware that many fish farmers are actually running at a loss in their farming business and they don't even know? Yes, because they keep bringing money into the business from other sources without proper records. Imagine feeding your fish for 6 months only to harvest and discover you've made little or no profit at all. Painful, right? This is the reality of farming without proper records. If you really understand why record keeping is the hidden secret to making money in fish farming, I tell you the truth, you will never run at loss in your farming business again. Believe me, you don't want to skip this video for anything in this world. The first thing I want to establish is that fish farming can be a business, but if you are not keeping proper records, you are not yet doing the business of fish farming. Activities and farming operations like stocking, feeding, and feed production are only part of it. If your farm operations are void of record keeping, the hard truth is that you are farming blindly. Many farmers do not note down what comes in and goes out of their farm, and even what happens on the farm. They solve problems like bacterial infections and water issues. They make purchases and pay salaries. Money comes in and goes out, but they don't take proper records. If this is the way you are running your business, just know that you are not doing business yet. If it is not a hobby, then you are joking. With all sincerity of heart and humility, I do not mean to paint down any effort. But if you are not keeping records appropriately, what you are doing is guesswork. Those who have updated records at every point in time are the ones who are managing their businesses. And I'm going to show you what important records to keep, why you should keep them, and how to keep them. Now, let's get practical. In fish farming, there are 5 key areas you may need to keep records, and it depends on your focus in the value chain. So, we will look at what records we need to keep in the hatchery, where we create life and multiply fish. What records we need to keep in the grow-out, where we raise fish from juvenile to adult. In the processing, where we preserve fish for value addition. In the feed mill, where we produce fish feed, and what records we need to keep as a middleman in the fish business. If you operate a fish hatchery, always record your broodstock source, broodstock age, broodstock weight, mortality rate, quantity of eggs incubated, and the feed intake. In the grow-out, you need to record the dates you introduced your juveniles to the pond and how many of them you stocked. You also need to record the length and weight of the fish at the time of stocking. Without this, you cannot truly know if they are converting the feed fed to fish flesh. Record their mortality rates and their possible causes. Record the water quality parameters. Record the date of harvest, the quantity sold, and how much you sold them. If you are drying your fish, these are the important records you should keep. The dates of harvesting your fresh fish or the dates of purchasing your fresh fish if you're buying. The cost of harvested fish or the cost of purchased fish, as the case may be. The cost of labor and inputs. The quantity of fish after drying. The quantity sold and the sold price. In the feed mill, it is ideal to have a list of the ingredients purchased, the source of those ingredients, and the costs of the ingredients. The quantity of feed produced, percentage wastage, and how much it costs you to produce a kilogram of that feed. As a middleman, always record the costs of your logistics. Record your purchases, the sales, and their respective dates. If you have watched this video to this point, then you are about to uncover the real game changer. Let's talk about the reasons. What are the things that make record keeping the hidden secret to making money in farming? With good records, you get to know what is working or not. So record keeping helps a farmer with decision making. Take for instance when your fish were dying. If you record what measures you took to overcome the challenge, you won't have to stress yourself or waste time and even resources when the issue comes up again. In fact, record keeping can show you how to prevent the occurrence of that mortality, and you will never have that issue again. Your record can tell you whether you should sell now or wait, whether you should restock or not. It can tell you whether you should scale up or maintain your biomass. You will know if you have to change feed brand or not. With a proper record keeping, you will stop making emotional decisions and begin to make real business decisions. Record keeping shows you what to do and what not to do. It also tells you when to do or when not to do something on your farm. And this is because from your records, you can analyze patterns and trends that help you make better decisions on your farm. So document everything. Here is another bombshell. Record keeping guides against mismanagement and cheating. How do I mean? Remember the saying that where there is no law, there is no sin. Record keeping is a form of law on the farm. By maintaining detailed logs, you already establish a set of guidelines that everyone on the farm follows, like feeding schedules, observations, water quality assessment. This in itself is a guide against mismanagement and dishonesty, because when everything is documented, it becomes more difficult to cut corners. And if anything goes wrong, you can trace it back to the records. Yes, from the record, you can identify where the issue started, and you can know exactly where whatever happened. Record keeping will help you to maintain accountability on your farm. Here is another one. One of the reasons record keeping is the hidden secret to making money in fish farming is that record keeping uncovers hidden leakages. How do I mean? Many farmers blame the market for poor profits, when in reality, the money is leaking right inside their farm through poor stocking, poor water management, or feeding errors. And talking about feeding errors, I recently published a video where I explained everything you need to know about feeding errors that slow down the growth of your fish. That is one video that every farmer or worker in the business of fish farming needs to see. But don't forget the point here. Records shine a light, and it is like a torch in the dark that lets you see hidden leakages so you can protect and secure your profits. Lastly, one major reason why record keeping is the hidden secret to making money in your farming business is that records track performance and builds credibility. If you ever need to monitor the progress on your farm, record is where you go to. It shows you the growth rate, survival, and yield. It shows you the assets, income, expenses, and even the profits. Also, your record is like a CV for your business. There are many funding available for farmers in form of investments, low interest loans, and even grants. But those people don't trust you. Guess what they trust? Your records. If you ever have the intention to expand your fish farming business or dive into export and large-scale partnerships, your record is what will show that you're a credible farmer. Let's round this video up. How to keep records. Every single time I keep or develop a record for farm use, I keep these 3 keys in mind. Keep it simple, keep it clear, and be consistent. Record keeping is a daily task. Don't skip it. And your records do not have to be clumsy. They should be easy to comprehend at a glance. So you can use notebooks. You can design pre-populated forms that you fill every day. You can use spreadsheets, and with this you can analyze faster and draw insights more accurately. You may even decide to use farm management software or app. The important thing is this: make sure that it is simple, clear, and be consistent. Meanwhile, if you need my service to develop a simple, automated, and result-oriented record at a reasonable cost, do well to reach me directly on my WhatsApp line, which is in the description of this video. I want you to always remember that there are only 2 types of farmers: record-keeping farmers who know their numbers and grow their businesses. The second type of farmers are guesswork farmers. These ones farm by assumption and they end up in frustration. What type of farmer are you? And what type of farmer do you want to be? As a practicing farmer myself, I am throwing a challenge to every farmer watching me right now. And this is an encouragement that you should start keeping records today. You will be amazed by how much information and value you can draw just by glancing at the records you've kept over a long and even short period of time. Record keeping is the hidden secret to growing your farming business. Start keeping records today and don't stop. You will be glad you did. If this video makes sense to you, kindly leave a comment and tell us what stood out for you. I would really love to read your interesting comments. Please hit the like button and follow this page if you want more videos like this. Thank you.